Welcome to my channel, Bookish English. Do you feel shy when you speak English? Do words disappear when you open your mouth? You are not alone. Today, I will tell you a story that might change everything. If you're serious about improving, comment, "I'm ready," before we begin. Chapter 1. I couldn't say a word. I remember the day clearly. A teacher asked me a question in English. It was a very simple question, just 5 words, but I froze. My heart started beating fast. My face turned red. I looked at her. I opened my mouth, but no words came out. I couldn't say anything. Not even one word. Everyone looked at me. I felt small. I felt broken. I knew the answer in my own language, but I didn't know how to say it in English. My brain was full, but my mouth was empty. It was like something blocked my voice. Like there was a wall inside me. I wanted to speak. I really did. But I couldn't. I felt fear. I felt shame. I felt like running away. After class, I sat alone. I didn't want to talk to anyone. I was thinking about that moment again and again. I asked myself, why can't I speak? Why is English so hard for me? I knew I had to do something. I couldn't keep feeling this way. I didn't want to be silent anymore. So I started small, very small. I picked up my notebook. I wrote 1 word. Then I said it out loud. I looked in the mirror. I repeated it slowly. 1 word, 2 words, 3. I didn't try to speak fast. I didn't care about mistakes. I just wanted to feel the words in my mouth. Every day I added new words. I said, "Hello." I said, "My name is." I said, "How are you?" I stood in front of the mirror and talked to myself. I felt shy. I laughed at myself. But I kept doing it. And slowly, it became easier. I didn't freeze anymore. I could say something. Not a lot, but something. One night, I watched a cartoon. It was in English. The characters were talking. I paused the video. I repeated what they said. I copied their voice. I copied their rhythm. I pretended I was one of them. I spoke like them. It felt like a game, a fun game, and I started to enjoy it. But even then, when I had to speak to real people, I still felt scared. My hands would shake. My mouth would go dry. I would forget simple words. But I told myself, it's okay. This is part of learning. I didn't give up. One day, I went to a shop. I wanted to try. I walked up to the counter. I said, "1 milk, please." The shopkeeper smiled. He gave me the milk. He said, "Here you go." That was it. Just 1 sentence. But I felt proud. I felt strong. I did it. I spoke. I didn't freeze. That night, I wrote in my diary. I wrote, "Today, I said 1 sentence. I was scared, but I did it. I spoke English." That small moment changed something in me. It gave me courage. It made me believe that maybe I can speak English. Maybe I just need to keep going. So I did. I started practicing every day. I spoke when I was walking alone. I spoke when I was cooking. I spoke to my mirror. I spoke to my pillow. I said everything in English. even if it was simple. This is water. The sky is blue. I am tired. I turned my whole world into English. And slowly, I noticed a change. My sentences got longer. My mouth moved more freely. I didn't freeze as much. I didn't stay silent. I wasn't perfect, but I was brave. And that was enough. If you feel like I did, silent, scared, unsure, I want to tell you this. It's okay. It's normal. Many people feel this way at first. Speaking a new language is not easy, but you can do it. You can speak. You just need to start. Even with one word. Your journey doesn't begin with grammar books. It begins with the courage to say one simple sentence. Say it now. Say, I can speak English. Say it again. Say it out loud. This is your first step, and it's powerful. Chapter 2. I was afraid to make mistakes. When I first tried to speak English, my biggest fear was not forgetting words. It was making mistakes. I was afraid to sound silly. I was afraid people would laugh at me. I was afraid they would judge me. Even before I opened my mouth, I felt nervous. My heart beat fast. My mind screamed, "What if you say it wrong?" So I stayed silent. I waited. I smiled. But I didn't speak. Sometimes I knew the right word. I had practiced it at home. I had written it in my notebook. But in front of people, my confidence disappeared. I thought too much. Is the grammar correct? Is the pronunciation right? Will they understand me? And while I was thinking all this, the moment passed. The chance to speak was gone. At school, during English class, the teacher asked simple questions. What is your name? Where are you from? But I still hesitated. I whispered, or I just shook my head. I was afraid. I felt like if I made one small mistake, everyone would notice. Everyone would laugh. I felt this pressure every day. One day, something happened that changed me. A girl in my class stood up to answer a question. She was confident, but she made a big mistake. She said something that made no sense. Everyone heard it. For a second, the room went quiet. Then the teacher smiled and gently corrected her, and the girl smiled back. She wasn't embarrassed. She didn't run away. She said, "Oh, thank you." And she kept talking. I watched her. I was shocked. No one laughed. No one made fun of her. In fact, I respected her. She was brave. She made a mistake, but she learned from it. That moment taught me something important. Mistakes are not the end. Mistakes are the beginning. After that day, I decided to try. I started speaking more. I made many mistakes. I said he instead of she. I used the wrong tense. I said go Ed instead of went. I said I am agree. And yes, sometimes people corrected me, but they never laughed. They helped me. They smiled. They said, "You're learning. Keep going." At home, I told my parents about my fear. They told me a story. They said, when a baby learns to walk, they fall many times. But do we laugh? We clap? We say, "Good job," because we know every fall is a step forward. That story stayed in my heart. It helped me understand that speaking a language is like learning to walk. You will fall. You will say the wrong word. You will forget grammar. But every mistake is progress. Every mistake means you tried. I started celebrating my mistakes. When I said something wrong and someone corrected me, I smiled. I said, "Thank you." I wrote the correct version in my notebook. I repeated it out loud. I told myself, "This is how I grow." I also started speaking to kind people. People who didn't care about perfect English. People who wanted to understand me, not judge me. I spoke slowly. I asked, "Can you help me?" And they did. Speaking with kind people helped me gain more courage. I still remember one small conversation that changed my life. I was in a park. A tourist asked me for directions. I got nervous. I made 2 or 3 mistakes. I forgot a word. I said a sentence that sounded funny. But the tourist smiled and said, "Your English is good. Thank you." That one sentence gave me so much confidence. I still remember it today. That's the power of trying. That's the power of small, brave moments. If you are afraid to speak, I understand you. I was the same. But I want to tell you this. It's okay to make mistakes. It's okay to forget words. It's okay to say something wrong. You are learning. You are growing. And the only way to speak better is to speak more, even with mistakes. So today, try this. Speak one sentence in English. Any sentence. Even if it's not perfect. Even if it's broken. Just speak it. Say it loud. Say it proud. Your mistakes are your teachers. And remember, people don't remember your mistakes. They remember your effort, your courage, your heart. Chapter 3. Talking to myself in English. I didn't have anyone to practice English with. No one in my house spoke English. My friends didn't either. I wanted to speak, but I had no partner. I felt stuck. I thought, how can I improve if I have no one to talk to? That thought made me sad. It made me feel alone. But one day, I saw a video. A person was talking to the mirror. They were speaking English to themselves. They said, "You don't need a partner. You can be your own partner." That idea felt strange. Talking to myself? Out loud? In English? It sounded silly, but I had nothing to lose. So I decided to try. The first time, I felt awkward. I stood in front of the mirror. I looked at my face. I said, "Hello, my name is..." Then I laughed. I felt weird. I looked around to make sure no one was watching. But I tried again. "How are you today?" I asked myself. I replied, "I am fine, thank you." It was simple, but it was something. And that something gave me hope. The next day, I did it again. I described what I was wearing. "This is my shirt. It is blue. My pants are black." I talked about the room. "The window is open. The fan is spinning." I didn't use hard words. I didn't worry about grammar. I just spoke, slowly, clearly, one sentence at a time. And something strange happened. I felt better. I felt more confident. I was using my voice. I was practicing. And I didn't need anyone else. It was just me and my mirror, my face, my words, my courage. I started doing it every day. In the morning, I stood in front of the mirror. I asked myself, "How do you feel today?" And I answered, I feel good. I feel strong. I spoke slowly. I watched my lips move. I listened to my voice. I tried to make it sound natural. I also started talking during my day, not just in front of the mirror. While cooking, I said, I cut the onion. I boil the water. While walking, I said, I see a car. I see a tree. I used English for small things, daily things, everyday life. That helped me more than I expected. Because English is not just a subject, it's a tool. You use it to talk about your day, your thoughts, your life. So that's what I did. I talked about my life, to myself, in English. I also gave myself challenges. One day I talked about my favorite food. Another day I described a movie I liked. Another day I pretended to be in a shop. I said, "Hello, can I buy this?" Then I answered, "Yes, here it is." It was like a game, a fun, useful game. Sometimes I made mistakes. I used the wrong word. I forgot something. But I didn't stop. I laughed. I corrected myself. I kept going. I told myself, "You're learning. Keep talking." And every day it became easier. My sentences became longer. My voice became stronger. My fear became smaller. Talking to myself in English changed everything. It gave me practice. It gave me confidence. It made me feel in control. I didn't wait for someone else to help me. I helped myself. If you have no one to practice with, I want to tell you this. You are not alone. You can still speak. You can talk to yourself. You can practice in your room, in front of the mirror, in your head, in your heart. Speak your thoughts. Speak your day. Speak your dreams. Use simple sentences. Talk slowly. Talk clearly. And talk every day. You don't need perfect grammar. You don't need a partner. You just need courage, and you already have that. So today, try this. Go to your mirror, look at yourself, and say, "Hi, I am learning English. I can do this." Say it again, louder, stronger, with feeling. This is your practice. This is your power. Speak to yourself, and soon you will speak to the world.